Lisa and Carla Connor Swain only recently celebrated their wedding, but their happiness is about to be shattered when Betsy suddenly collapses at home and is rushed to the hospital in a critical condition. The exact reason behind Betsy's medical emergency has not yet been revealed. However, a newly released promotional clip shows the frightening moment she is taken away from number 6 in an ambulance. Carla quickly arrives at the hospital, where Lisa remains anxiously by her daughter's side. Unable to ignore her instincts as a police officer, Lisa begins searching for answers. According to official previews, she becomes determined to uncover the truth, directing accusations at those around her while Betsy struggles to accept a diagnosis that will permanently change her life. Although the details of the storyline are still being kept secret, it has been confirmed that Betsy's boyfriend, Dylan Wilson, soon becomes the main focus of Lisa's suspicions as she desperately tries to understand what caused the tragedy. A source from Weatherfield revealed that Lisa is overwhelmed with fear, believing she could lose her beloved daughter. While she and Carla wait anxiously for updates from the doctors, emotions continue to spiral out of control. The insider also hinted at a major twist when Lisa starts to believe Dylan is responsible for Betsy's condition. Furious and desperate, she immediately turns her anger toward him, leaving Dylan stunned by the shocking accusations. Despite Betsy pleading with her mother not to blame Dylan, Lisa refuses to back down. Convinced he has done something wrong, she decides to report him to the police, determined to make him face the consequences. The situation quickly escalates as Dylan is dramatically arrested. His heartbreak deepens when Lauren Bolton falsely tells him that Betsy no longer wants any contact with him. Frustrated and devastated, Dylan insists that Brody Michaelis is the real person responsible for everything that has happened. Lauren later shares Dylan's accusation with both Betsy and Brody, but whether his claims are true remains uncertain. With suspicion spreading in every direction and emotions reaching breaking point, the unfolding drama promises plenty of explosive moments on the cobbles. In another storyline, ITV is reportedly preparing a special documentary celebrating Bill Roache's remarkable 66 years portraying Ken Barlow, honoring his record-breaking contribution to the long-running soap. Coronation Street viewers believe they may have discovered the ideal storyline to reunite former couple Abby and Kevin Webster after events unfolded in this week's episodes. Fans of the ITV soap know that Kevin has endured an incredibly difficult period. His struggles began with a cancer diagnosis last year, and his heartbreak only deepened when his marriage to Abby came to an end. Kevin later learned that Abby had been having a relationship with his brother, Carl Webster. The situation became even more shocking when Carl was revealed to actually be Debbie Webster's long-hidden son, making him Kevin's nephew. Following the breakup, Kevin was forced to watch Abby and Carl continue their relationship, leaving him emotionally devastated and pushing him into one of the darkest moments of his life. Everything came to a head when Kevin climbed onto the roof of the underworld factory. Abby rushed to stop him, and after an emotional conversation, she admitted that although she still cared deeply for him, her romantic feelings had changed. Eventually, Kevin accepted that their marriage was over and decided he needed to focus on rebuilding his life for both himself and his son, Jack. Since that emotional encounter, the former husband and wife have remained on friendly terms, particularly while supporting Debbie during her wrongful imprisonment, which resulted from Carl's deception. Now, months later, fans think the show could be laying the foundations for a reconciliation as Kevin stands firmly beside Abby during another family crisis. This week, Abby rushed her young son, Alfie, to hospital after he developed serious breathing problems. Doctors later discovered that mold inside their flat was likely responsible for his illness. Abby had only recently found out that Idris Nazir was her landlord. He later asked teenager Brody Michaelis to help inspect the property, but after taking moisture readings from the walls, Idris realized the damp problem was far worse than expected. Concerned about the consequences, Idris visited the hospital to check on Alfie, unaware that Carl had already worked out the probable cause of the little boy's condition. Furious over what had happened, Abi vowed to take legal action against Idris. Meanwhile, Kevin stepped in with an offer for Abi and Alfie to stay with him and Jack until the housing situation could be resolved. The latest development has sparked plenty of discussion among viewers, with many believing it could be the beginning of an Abi and Kevin reunion. One fan wrote that Kevin stepping in to support Abi felt like the perfect opportunity to bring the family back together. Another viewer pointed out that both Kevin and Jack appeared genuinely happy to welcome Abi and Alfie into their home again, saying they still hope the four of them could become a family once more. Others also shared their hopes that the former couple would eventually rekindle their romance, while some suggested the Mold storyline might be exactly what brings Kevin and Abi back together in the months ahead. Coronation Street delivered a shocking cliffhanger in its latest episode, as Cassie Plummer was left stunned by the appearance of a mysterious man. But who exactly is Ross Wilkes, and why is his arrival set to cause major drama in Weatherfield? The episode opened with Cassie regretting her heated confrontation with Tracy Barlow after slapping her the previous day. She was also still heartbroken after Steve McDonald rejected her marriage proposal. Trying to cheer her up, Tyrone Dobbs assured Cassie that she and Steve belonged together. Even so, Cassie questioned why their relationship kept falling apart if they were truly meant to be. Believing Steve still loved her because he had forgiven her past mistakes, she decided to follow Tyrone's advice and make one more attempt to win him back. Her hopes were quickly crushed when she spotted Steve helping Tracy at the flower shop. Although Tracy insisted there was nothing romantic happening between them, Cassie refused to believe it and stormed away in tears, convinced she had been foolish to hope for another chance. Feeling completely defeated, Cassie headed to the Chariot Square Hotel, where she ordered several vodka and cola drinks during a promotional offer. She quickly downed her first drink while angrily declaring that she had had enough of everyone. Meanwhile, back at the Barlow house, Tracy teased Steve about how easily she had managed to drive a wedge between him and Cassie. Her comments made Steve realize he needed to tell Cassie how he truly felt. Before Steve could reach her, however, Cassie attracted the attention of a stranger sitting at the hotel bar. Enjoying the attention, she happily flirted with him while accepting the drinks he bought for her. Cassie commented that the man looked familiar, suggesting they might have crossed paths before. He jokingly replied that he would certainly have remembered meeting someone like her and laughed about how quickly she had finished her vodka. Believing the chemistry between them was obvious, Cassie suggested they continue the evening together in a hotel room. Instead, the man politely rejected the idea, settled the bill, and quietly walked away. After finishing her drink, Cassie glanced at the receipt and froze when she noticed the name printed on it, Ross Wilkes. The surprise reveal confirmed that Ross is actually Tyrone's father. He has traveled to Weatherfield after secretly communicating online with Ruby and Hope in an effort to reconnect with his son. Cassie immediately opposes the idea of Ross becoming part of Tyrone's life and begins warning those around her about him. One of the first people she speaks to is Tracy, who is later seen getting close to Ross at the Rovers, hinting that even more drama is on the way. With Ross now back in Weatherfield, long-buried secrets and family tensions look set to create explosive consequences for everyone involved.